welcome back to Mr. Ant's World of Prince, and I'm glad to welcome back Mr. Nightchild, Mr. Podcast these days. He's back on video, and we are glad to be able to bring another Prince Top 10. We've been wanting to do this for a while. There's so many great Top 10s you could do. This time, we thought we'd look at the incredible amount of non-album tracks. I mean, what a list. This could go on and on and on. We've whittled it down to 10. I'm sure there won't be the 10 that you would think of. But these are 10.
They weren't even the 10 I thought of.
I didn't get these 10 either. I just nicked it from someone else. Yeah. So we thought, top 10 non-album tracks. This should be really good fun to do. Really, really good fun.
We should say at this point, don't blame us if your favourite's missed out. Just tell us what your favourite is.
Yeah.
It was impossible. It was impossible.
Absolutely. We're still struggling with it now, thinking, should we swap this one out? Should we swap that one out?
I am. I'm going to try and sneak in extra ones when no one's looking.
So it's a little bit like Prince, you see, that, he's never satisfied with an album. We'd always change it or put something in or release a new version. So, don't blame us. Yeah, dear. Well, let's get this show on the road then, and we are going to start with an absolute cracking song. Oh, I should say as well that most of these tracks, what we mean non-album tracks, is they weren't on an official, Prince's official studio albums. Some of them are obviously resurfaced on special editions or compilations, but we're not including that as like an album. So.
I like the way you went full nerd there in case someone went,
hold on,
well,
that one's on this special edition, really that was on a hits compilation, whatever. But
that was on the secret Japanese release where there's only 12 copies and no one else.
And they're all in HMV for $12.99.
Yep.
Anyway, we digress. Let's start again. Track number 1, incredible track, Empty Room.
Never heard of it. Any good?
Apparently, there's not a lot in there.
Oh God, we've got dad jokes already. This is not good. This is not good.
This is terrible. Go on, Jay. Go on.
God. Jesus. I mean, where do you start with this? You can't do this justice. I can't believe you've given me this ticking bomb of a. Jeez.
Welcome back.
I mean, whatever you say about it isn't going to work. I mean, haunting, yes, obviously. Is it heartbreaking? Yes. Poignant? Yes. Is it just tear-inducing? It's one of those songs very much like Purple Rain in the sense where, it hits you. If you're in that mood, then you're just in floods of tears. It's just beautiful. Only Prince, I was going to say this so many times, but only Prince would not make a big thing of this. Anybody else, this would be like their front and center. This would be like a big track. This is going to make a career. And yet Prince, it was just like, it's Wednesday afternoon. Let's do this. It's just, his falsetto obviously is beautiful, but it's just this, there's some points in the song where, you and I should have been forever. And just this rising kind of like angst of like, this is unjust. This is not right. We were absolutely meant to be. And I'm just, in this broken, empty room. Because recently I've been just thinking about how many songs Prince did about loneliness, and it's incredible how he's so in tune. Because you think of like there's a sort of dichotomy, kind of paradox, I suppose, when you're famous, that on one hand everybody knows you and lots of people want to be around you, but on the other hand it can often be quite a lonely existence because you don't know who to trust. And Prince kind of lived in Minneapolis. He often spent a lot of time recording on his own, and it's sort of it's amazing how he embraces just being lonely in such a haunting way. And it's just kind of like, what am I meant to do now? It's like we were supposed to be together, and now I'm just completely and utterly bereft of everything. And it's just, it's heartbreaking. When you see it performed, it just, I don't know. I just honestly, you just, I think if you had a breakup and you listen to that would just be it. That would just be it. You'd just be like,
absolutely.
But, what do you think? Is it all right, or do you reckon 2 out of 10 or 3 out of 10? You reckon?
I mean, oh my God! Just from the very start, the little ding 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 intro, the guitar is unbelievable. One again, like Prince is so good at bringing the motion from the guitar that just turns your guts.
That's the thing, because sorry, he does that thing where some people play, and you have some people and they just say, they put a guitar solo on the end just because that's what they do, and that could go on any song. Prince, he always seems to choose the right guitar solo. It's not just, it doesn't have to be the flashiest, it doesn't have to be the most blazing, it has to be the one that just makes you feel
has the feeling. Yeah. And that one does, certainly. I mean, I found this, what was it? Found a strand of your hair,
Mm,
in the bathroom window. How am I ever going to get you off my mind? I mean, oh God.
That's the thing. You imagine him walking around like, I don't know, Paisley Park or his house, and just kind of like she's gone, and he's just sort of noticing these little things she's left behind and various things, and just kind of it's just
so
awful.
gut wrenching. It's amazing, and it's one of those tracks as well that's got so many incredible live versions. Oh my god! It's like, wow, you've got Montreux, you've got C-Note. One of C-Note, Montreux's probably the one in it. I mean, but it's just amazing. Anyone who's been fortunate enough to see it live, it's just it is something that's really special. I mean, I was fortunate to see it live myself once, so I was so blessed. And wow, I was just going bananas. It's just an incredible breakup song, as you say. I think Prince was incredibly lonely. He probably, a little bit like Michael Jackson was, where they were so isolated, even though they're so well known, they've got people around them. Yes, obviously, we know Prince had plenty of relationships and what have you, but probably with a lot of distrust, like you say, and a lot of,
I think that's the thing. He really felt the kind of, I know everybody feels, but he had those relationships. He did have that kind of, it was weird because on one hand, he seemed very, he alone, but not lonely. But then sometimes when he went through the relationships, I mean, without going kind of psychology, you just felt sometimes you think he just really was bereft, and he felt those things. I think it's probably part of just being an artist. You feel those emotions just so intensely.
Yes.
He really went through that, and I mean, obviously, he thought a lot of this track too, because I mean, obviously, he made a video as well.
Yes.
Which I mean, most artists most artists don't, if it's not going to be a big single release, they don't bother. But Prince.
And what's interesting about the video is it's like the video's filmed with a new Power Generation, but the track was recorded with a Revolution, which is like really odd,
It's not a video as well, because it's like you got like My Tay going off.
Yeah.
And it sort of split. It's even then it sort of like feels like he's a little bit isolated. I don't mean in the strict, but in the kind of like I know it sounds a mad thing to say, but like like Call the Law, when they're all out partying, but Prince is like in the studio with the guitar solo. It's almost even then he's like a little bit removed.
He's not enjoying the party. He's still working.
It's just
pick it up, P. It's like it's a great track, isn't it? It's just
I think it's up there. I think the thing is, because it's whenever it was played, it was just so heartbreaking. I think it's one of those things where, because it wasn't played all the time.
Yeah.
When it was played, it was so incredibly special, and it's a track that, again, outside the Prince community, I doubt anybody even knows about properly much. But it just wounds you here. It just hits you. It's one of those songs that certain songs, like, I don't know, Power Fantastic or things like that, where it just, if you're playing at the right moment, sometimes either late at night or something, or in the dark, it just just play this song. Play this song.
Empty Room. Oh my God, fantastic. I mean, and moving on to our second track, and again, this is another one in the same vein, same similar subject, and another one that, if it gets you on that night, oh my God, you're just gone. And it is The Grand Progression.
Darling, it seems I have found grand progression.
I mean, this, talk about atmospheric, vulnerable, otherworldly. Oh God, Prince's vocal in this. I mean, I listened to it again for the first time for ages the other week when I was doing this, and I had to really fight it back. I thought I was going to go. It gets you on that. Oh my God, the vulnerability in his voice in this song. And I mean, this was originally going to be part of Graffiti Bridge, I think, wasn't it? It was planned, I think, the original kind of outline of whatever what became Graffiti Bridge, the movie we're talking about. This was going to be there, and it's just
because that was that whole kind of thing about Graffiti Bridge, wasn't it? Trying to find that kind of that note, that
grand progression. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
I think I first heard it on. I think there was a collection called Bootleg called the Jewel Box, and the Jewel Box had and it had grand progression. I think it's when I first heard it, and like you say, it's that emotion, isn't it?
It's a very sparse track, isn't it? There's not a lot of instrumentation, and there's a bit of reverb on his voice. It gives it. It's just haunting, and oh God, put this on with late at night, no lights on, headphones. Oh God,
I love it. It's like, for me, it's like, I don't know, like a bit Question of You, a bit Power Fantastic, a bit kind of, it's just all these things that mix in this haunting. You can imagine him just being, and the way his voice soars, like just pleading if you could just find his grand progression. It's the same theme, I suppose, in a sense, as Graffiti Bridge the song, and to this day I still think, well, you know, that grand progression would have worked better instead of Graffiti Bridge the song. I know Prince has this thing where sometimes he has to have, like, you know, the title song and like the kind of thing, but I just think the grand progression, that idea, maybe Graffiti Bridge, you know, should have just been the grand progression project.
That would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, a bit, you know, said, you know, I found the grand progression whenever I'm in your arms. I mean, wow.
and there's some really beautiful lyrics, like I say, every moon and it's something. Yeah. It's very romantic, but it's very haunting and alone, and like I say, it's sparse. There's not a lot. It's almost. I wouldn't say demo-like, but it's almost like
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
he's sitting at the piano and it's just him, and it's kind of, you know, it's just that thing. And I think it's a real shame that he didn't play it like live on the piano. I'd have played it so often. I think as part of the piano medley, that I can't see why that would be awesome.
You could imagine. Like he said, you know, he used to sit in the Paisley Park, wherever, in the soundstage at night and just play on his own. You could imagine him. That's where this came from, kind of thing. Like he's just sat there playing it, you know, the whole song. No one there to see it. My God, you know, no. Prince, what are you doing?
Then the next moment, he probably thought he saw a ghost, and then Others Here With Us came out, and before you know it,
no, yeah. I mean, this is a goddamn masterpiece of grand progression. It is unbelievable.
And again, it's a track. I mean, who knows about this outside the Prince community?
Yeah. No. I mean, wow. I mean, it needs to be released officially. It really does. So, like most of the tracks on this,
I really think that should be part of, like, say, a piano set.
Yeah. Definitely. The grand progression. Wow. I mean, what a start. I mean, can it? It's only going to get better and better. This is
a perfect album already.
It is, isn't it? This is amazing. This here we're giving the estate an idea. Non-album tracks. You know, come on.
Come up with a better non-album album.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so moving on, and we've got another. We're starting with a kind of on a ballad theme here.
I noticed that. Yeah,
and the third track is in another astonishing ballad. I love this one. And this one was released on the Sign of the Times Deluxe, where they ruined it, in my opinion. But I prefer the other version. It's been circulating for a while, and it's amazing. Adonis and Bathsheba.
They undress as a running Bathsheba crying. Adonis sweat upon his face.
How could you have heard another version if it wasn't released officially, Mr.
Well, you know, apparently these things are out there.
You were walking by a shop and they were playing it, and you said, "Oh no, what's this?
What's that?" Yeah. I mean, oh my God. But anyone who does have that version and the other version, it was just what the guitar was killed in it. I mean, there's again another incredible guitar solo in this song, soaring guitar solo, and on the officially released one, it's just flat. It just doesn't come out at you like it does in the other one. It doesn't sing to you, and it was so disappointing, really disappointing.
I think it's interesting because there's so many lyrics in it, so many beautiful phrases, but it's also, for me, it's like Crucial and Adore like had a baby.
Yes, it's that kind of vibe. You know,
yeah. It just has that kind of like that sumptuous light. It's again, I say this all the time, but this is the track only Prince could have done, really. I mean, it's just the vocals, the delicate interplay, the kind of backing vocals, like you say, it's interesting because sometimes, like you say, the kind of, you know, the version you're used to, and the first version, the untouched kind of, well, I say untouched, but you know, the original version, it does, you know, absolutely soar, and it's just so delicate. It's just so beautiful. It just reminds me of like that whole era of his lyricism. Then is just incredible.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah,
just
I mean,
incredible.
It does remind me a lot of Crucial, like you say. It's and it's got the horns and a dun 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 dun. You know, just making it, you know, dun dun.
And you know what I love about this? Looking on the YouTube, you see people who have like said, "Oh, this is my favorite song. I can't believe, you know, like only Prince would have kind of like not, you know, sort of put this away." And so many people are like, loving it, and they discover this new track, which is one of their favorite tracks, and yet it's just, you know, another one of Prince's.
I know.
tracks.
But Thursday night recording sessions, yeah. I mean, just it's just incredible when he's falsetto as well on it. Oh god, he's really up in the heights in this one as well. And as I say, the guitar solo at the end is joyful. It's so good, you know, and it really gets going at the end. It's like, oh wow, just blows your socks off.
And we said this with a lot of these tracks, didn't we? That sometimes when you're put on the spot, you don't think of them, but then when you play them, you think, oh, why don't I play that more often? Why don't I play that more often? Why don't I enjoy that more? It's kind of one of those things where I suppose you're just spoiled for choice, I guess. But it's just, it's one of the great things about doing this is you just sort of come up with tracks. You think, God, that's just amazing.
It is. As I say, and if you get the chance to check out unofficial versions, not that I condone that, not in the titles, but yeah, it's a much better version of it, from my opinion. But it's just
I love it. I think you should have a little lawyer sort of pop up and go,
yeah,
it's not.
No. Yeah. I mean, everyone should buy Some of the Times Deluxe. Obviously, it's a fantastic package, you know. But it's just I was disappointed with the remix on that track. But that's just everyone's, personal taste there.
You could be that, that stuff they have at the end of adverts when they go, sort of the small print.
Yeah,
that's right. This band does not condone bootleg.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear, what a great track, Adonis and Bathsheba. Wow.
The trouble is, amazing as that is, where would you? That's the problem with Silent Times, isn't it? What would you drop?
Would you drop? Would you drop the door? Would you drop, or Slow Love or something and replace it with that?
I think you had that problem sometimes when two tracks perhaps
very similar
were similar, and so you couldn't put them both on, but they were both brilliant, and so. I think Crucial had a kind of issue, and like I said,
we kind of had that with Days of Wild as well, didn't we? With now, very similar. Yeah, it was one or the other.
And I said interactive, please. No, I said Days of Wild.
Exactly. Yeah, interactive in Dolphin Machine. So album was full of that. Incredible.
I mean, nowadays it wouldn't matter, would it? Because you can release a song, an album with 77 songs if you want now. But then you had.
Oh God! Well, if you're Taylor Swift. 77 different colours.
You'll get the Swifties after you. I'm staying out of this.
Oh, no.
They outnumber us.
Don't get me started. We do a whole video on all of that.
I will run away at that point.
Yeah, I am not going there. I am not going there. It's just, honestly, people are hard up for entertainment. That's all I'd say. Gen Z, whatever they call.
I will stay neutral.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Picking up the pace from all these ballads. God dear, what's going on? Yeah.
It's a brave man. That's a brave.
In Prince's words, isn't it? Turn the stereo back down. Ain't nothing worse than an old worn out love song. Let's move on. And we're picking up the pace. Another fantastic vault track that was released on the 1999 Deluxe, Super Deluxe. And this is incredible. I just love this song. It's Do Yourself a Favour.
Do yourself a favor, walk on by, babe.
Go on, go for it.
I mean, only Prince can do an uplifting breakup song that makes you want to go back to any girlfriend you ever split up with before and go, yeah, have it in your face, So I just love it. It's so uplifting. It's about 15 hours long. It's not long enough. It just goes on and on, and I love it. The hook. I mean, obviously, if anyone don't know, you must do. This came from a jam that was, recorded with Peppy Willian at 94 East, back in the day, which has also had about 77 versions released. 94 East.
I think wasn't there another one recently? I think there was another coming up.
Record Store Day. Oh God, this is Monday's version. It's like, oh my God.
It's probably the most re-released Prince project, ironically.
Oh, ridiculous. But anyway, Prince reworked this track and just made it super funky. It's got that 1999, so Minneapolis sound, fantastic keyboard, a riff and hook, ding, 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 ding. And it's just brilliant. Prince being super bad, a bit of Jamie Starr voice going on in there, you didn't like me because I didn't have that money.
I love that bit because that reminds me.
Yeah,
I say it reminds me. Obviously, it came before, but it's like that kind of. It's very much in the kind of vein of like Cindy C. Like, what's the matter with you, Cindy? Why don't you like me?
Exactly. Why don't you like me? Yeah. If you see me walk on by, I just love it. If you see me in the streets,
when I first had a bootleg version, it was called Walk On By.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't know, in a large room with no light, and they sort of, they use different kind of like, welcome to the rat race and whatever. And they just sort of, it was, I mean, it's that cheeky, like say that kind of like, it's that almost Morris-esque kind of like, Yeah, it's like, I didn't have that money. I didn't. Now look at me now. Things are so much better. I'm doing great. It's like, it's like I'm fine. It's almost like a kind of like a what's that song that's classic? I will survive. That kind of thing. It's almost like that kind of like,
Look at what you're missing now. Yeah,
I'm doing fine now. I've got everything's going great for me. And now it's like it's that kind of like which you don't actually. Actually, you don't hear that often from male artists as much. You don't hear that kind of like I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. It's self-empowerment. You don't sort of. It's quite an emotionally vulnerable song. So saying I've been through this, but I'm kind of like I'm doing so much better now. I'm doing great. It's like the kind of
yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
You can't. Also, it's one of those songs. I don't know about you. You can't listen to it just not smile.
Oh,
it's not
it makes
possible.
me so happy.
It's just possible, is it?
It just uplifts me. That's what I say. It's I think the subjects he picks but can make them uplifting is incredible.
I don't know how he does that. I mean, to be fair, he does that so often. Like, famously, I suppose,
like Play to Your Man. Yeah.
Or I mean, even Pop Life is talking about drugs and various other things, and it's like this bouncy kind of. You go,
you're going, I love this. I'm so happy.
It's like you're going, what you putting up your nose? You're thinking, how does he do it? He just has these kind of juxtaposition, doesn't he? Of like sometimes he just the music. If you could listen to it and you didn't understand a word of the lyrics, you might think it's one song. And then if you could only hear the lyrics and not any of the song, you might think it's another song. And yet they kind of somehow.
Oh, together. It's just brilliant, isn't it? It's just, I just love it. Prince full of bravado, giving it all of that. I love that Jamie Starr thing when he does that. It's just.
I want the ad libs to go on forever. It's like
I know, it's brilliant. Isn't
I think some of those ad libs are just, I
know.
love that whole kind of,
about the chicken, innit, Colonel? What does he say about the chicken? You go,
God,
there's something about.
The trouble is, whenever I hear that, for some reason my mind always goes to the the Morris Day when he's the restaurateur. And it's like that nasty man. I will have to buy this joint. I just
with Madeline.
It's just I just love it. It's just because a lot of those tracks he probably a lot of it probably was just ad lib towards the end and just chose the bit he wanted to keep and
definitely.
And it's probably it must be the earliest track we've chosen. I think certainly.
Probably it's going back to early 80s, isn't it? 80. When would he have recorded this? 81, 82? I don't know.
If we were like everybody else and did research, right?
Research? What's that? What are you talking about?
That's what makes us different or lazy.
Yeah. We're just two blokes in a virtual pub winging it.
I mean, that's what happens when you're in a pub as well. Like you go, what?
Yeah. What? Oh, Google it. Like,
do yourself a favour. Here we go.
Yeah. Do yourself a favour. Oh, because I've seen it now.
The first tracking was actually 4th of December 75.
Wow.
The first tracking,
Wow.
In Cookhouse Studios, 94 East. So I mean, that's as old as me. Jesus.
I ain't going there. I'm the big 5-0 tomorrow.
Tomorrow it is indeed. Yes.
Yeah. Terrible. I'm forgetting about it. Moving on.
We'll be like that bit on the parade show. We go and we're gonna sing him happy birthday.
No, don't do it. Oh dear.
You're only half a century. Don't worry.
I know they've got to get a cake big enough for all the candles. Oh, I don't know.
And a fire assessment, everything.
Yeah. Oh, don't. Anyway, right, moving on. Do yourself a favour because we could talk about the album for hours. I love it. I just love that track so much. Great uplifting track. And we're moving on to a Revolution masterpiece. This is absolute work of art. Fantastic track. And it is All My Dreams. I see you tonight in all my dreams. You go with this one, Jake. Go on, start with this.
Oh, God. It's one of those group of songs for me, like There's Others Here With Us and All My Dreams. It's so trippy. It's so that Revolution phases where they just were big, so experimental and some of it, like I say, some of these songs have quite dark lyrics and some don't, and it just has that kind of otherworldly thing. It's like it's always between worlds. It feels like, I don't know, like an hallucination sometimes. It's like it just, and it's one of those grooves you think you get the Revolution could ride it for,
oh yeah,
for days, couldn't they? I mean, it's just like
this is one of their grooves.
Yeah, it's just so trippy. It's so and the vocals, the kind of, I mean, there's something they had that just I know kind of Wendy and Lisa they brought in a lot of influence, and Prince kind of molded the way he wanted his talent and originality, and I've never heard a song like it. That's the thing. I've not really
it's
never heard
incredible.
anything like it. I mean, I mean, for me, it's just psychedelic in the kind of typical.
Absolutely, and you got Prince in this kind of vocal. It's like a radio sounding. Got the way his voice is on it. Yeah, it's like it's really. Oh, yeah, I can't remember. There is a name for that effect. I can't remember what it is, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like, I don't know, like you say, like you're doing it for a.
Yeah, like he's on the radio or something.
Yeah.
It's odd, but it works so well. And then you get that whole section where they're like the train's going through a tunnel or something. It goes this whole long section. Ding, 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 ding,
and there's a bit where there's like we're gonna paint the side of the.
I'm gonna give you the paintbrush. You're gonna paint the side of the train. Yeah, it's like what? And then you hear the sound of the train, like tooting, and like it sounds like it's going through a tunnel. This whole long other section. It's you say it's like, what is this?
It feels like the '60s almost, like just for a moment. It's like it's almost this kind of '60s, just weird, stocky, I don't know.
And then when you come out, it goes back into the bit that's so uplifting again. You get that whole long section, and you come out of the tunnel. It feels like, and then ding, 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 and it builds up. Then debut tonight.
I love that bit.
My dreams.
Just sort of lifts up again, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it's so uplifting. The lyrics as well. Don't let them. It's talking about a little. What was it he said at the end? You have to get the lyrics up now. Yeah. It's something about children, isn't it, and not letting them destroy your dreams and stuff, whatever it is. It's just I love that bit at the end.
I think the other thing is for me, it's a bit like life can be so nice in that sense of just that upbeat bit. For me, I was going to say actually, the thing I forgot to say was one of my favourite lyrics, which is the bit when he does the kind of goodness will guide us. Love is inside us, which he obviously reused. Some of the lyrics just insanely sort of. I don't know, because some of them sound quite dark and some of them don't. And
it's like don't ever lose your dreams. It's going on about at the end. Remember, it's just a bit. It's really uplifting, like You
is it the colours are brighter, the bond is much tighter. No child's a failure until the blue sailboat sails him away from his dreams.
Yeah. Exactly,
For me, the bit that makes me laugh is don't ever lose your dreams. And for me, the bit that really makes me laugh was the the bit when it breaks down and he does like the Africa.
Oh God.
Crunch. Norma Jean. Sort of, it's like they kind of just Norma
Jean,
random things, and it's all just fun, nothing material.
Captain Crunch, it's like, what's that all about? Yeah, it's just mad,
just random.
It's a pure work of art, though, and it's revolution at their best, And this is probably the stuff that he was talking about at the time when he said like stuff when he was asked about the revolution stuff, the stuff that was too far gone, for the time they didn't release it. I mean, this is.
You stick this on an album with like Others Here With Us and various other things like that, and you think it's just spooky.
Wow,
almost far out. You almost put Power Fantastic. You can have like a kind of trippy album.
You could, couldn't you? Prince's Halloween album.
I mean, you look at some of these tracks, and I mean, I'm the wrong person to say it, but because I'm slightly biased. But seriously, I'd have put them. There's some of these tracks that I really would have kind of wanted, kind of in a kind of wider parade project, or like a kind of I think there's so much great stuff out there. I think it's Parade is almost, and I am alone in saying I'm the only person in the world who believes this, but I think some of the outtakes of that era
are better than
the album. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the album. I love the second half of the album a lot, and I like the first album. I still like the first album a lot, but I think some of the outtakes have really strong.
Love or Money could have been on there on the album itself. I know it was a single or B-side, wasn't it? But this one obviously, All My Dreams could have been on there.
You talk about B-sides with Alexa de Paris, and
Yeah. Oh God. Wow. Yeah. Exactly. It could have been so much more. Amazing. This is blowing my head off. That's like, wow.
I love the way you say that. Parade. We go, it could have been so much more. Like Parade isn't awesome already, but you know what I mean?
I know. How spoiled are we? Honestly,
we are spoiled.
Terrible.
We are.
And what we're gonna keep our toe in the Revolution era for our next track. Moving on, and it is again. This is another one that did surface on a Super Deluxe again, on a vault track on the Purple Rain Super Deluxe. Which is quite fitting, obviously, for this year, 40th anniversary. See, you've got
Is
a little
it?
bit in
Yeah.
the background.
I
Yeah, I've
haven't.
got
I
the
have.
book. Yeah.
You haven't mentioned it. Is it 40
I
years?
know. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it, but there you go. Heard of Mauve Rain or something, but
They're actually showing
anyway.
it at a cinema near me. I mean, what
Are
can I
they?
say?
Wow. Wow. You lent them your copy, did you?
I did. I said, "Here's my DVD, but in return, I want at least one ticket." You know. So.
Yeah. Right. This track is Roadhouse Garden.
Talking about the Roadhouse Garden.
I'll let you lead this one. Go on, go for it.
Wow, Roadhouse Garden again. I was going to be released eventually. When in the late '90s, Prince was working on this project. There's an album, Roadhouse Garden, which might have included All My Dreams and tracks like that.
I mean, that's in itself weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
The late '90s. I mean, I can't get my head around that sometimes.
I know. He suddenly dug that out. Thought, right, let's do this. But yeah, Roadhouse Garden is again. It's kind of you got two. Are we including the bit before? Because it's kind of like two tracks together, isn't it? You've got.
You can do whatever you want on this, and it's your show.
It's like what's the first one? I remember what the first one is. It's just under Roadhouse Garden, isn't it? But the first part of it is sung by Lisa, isn't it? And you get this whole bit of her just singing, and then it kind of segues into Roadhouse Garden, which again is just.
It's a classic example again. We said that groove where you could
they've got the
you could make this song 40
Yeah.
minutes long, probably, if you wanted to.
Absolutely, yeah, and it just works so well. I mean, she's going on about this, I don't want to. I can't remember the lyrics. Something about
Because I think it was joined. Yeah, it was it Our Destiny? It was
Our Destiny. That's it. Yeah, Our Destiny. Yeah, Our Destiny to be in love. Yeah, great. And when it gets to the bit where it segues in, it just works so well. And suddenly you get this change of beat, do 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 ding 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 comes in, and it's brilliant. And then this is the place where we go. I can't remember all the lyrics. I haven't heard it for a while. It's so right. Again, it's another uplifting track. It's just a revolution groove, kind of reminiscent a little bit of All My Dreams in the kind of style of the beat. I think the music of it. I just love it. It's just great. I mean, it's just an underrated track.
It's a classic example of what the revolution, like say, could do. It's almost.
But that so I was just going to say, but that bit, before it sounds like it was recorded in one thing. I don't know if it's just mixed really well, but it almost sounds like it's one track. Our Destiny.
I thought it was. I think they said.
Yeah.
I said actually, I'll go for Prince Vault because they are the law.
Yep.
I said a track. Although tracked separately in the studio, the song seems to be purposely being conjoined with Our Destiny. So it's like,
Yeah.
It's seamless. I mean, you get that with obviously later work with you think of 1,000 Light Years from Here and kind of in Hit and Run Phase 2 and kind of bringing those songs together. Just it's weird because for me it's like a classic Revolution song. As an example of what they could do, like if you say, "What could the Revolution do?" You put it, and it's not the obvious song because no one would go to this first. But if you said what encompasses them as a band, this would actually be a really good. Exactly. This is like pure.
And it's got a kind of ethos again that they're just 24/7. We're open night, we're open day. It's all right.
It feels like a kind of like when you're actually there, kind of. In the rehearsal room sometimes just with this track and kind of like just grooving and just it's just I mean it's interesting that he was thinking about doing something with that. That's interesting because like I say, we don't know exactly what
tracks were going to be on that.
Also Prince until he released something until the very last minute he could change everything, so you never know what was going to happen. But I mean it's interesting. He obviously felt there was unfinished business with that, so
definitely It is interesting, yeah. Was it? It was performed live, wasn't it? Roadhouse Garden as well, wasn't it? At the at First Avenue, wasn't it?
It was on. Guess what? All right, for an extra bonus prize. This is like the quiz now. What day in 1984, Mr. Ants, was it performed? Now, give you one. Go on.
It wasn't Prince's birthday, was it?
It was Prince's birthday. Yeah. You win.
Well, we're doing a quiz early this year.
You win the prize of having to write more questions.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I better start now. How hard it is.
Oh, God. We do like one a month.
Yeah, one a month. Yeah, we get there. Oh, dear. Roadhouse Garden. Fantastic. Maybe one day we'll see. That project must be in the vault, what Prince was thinking of. So maybe one day.
I just heard it's full of umbrellas. Just umbrellas and scarves. But I don't know if that's true. I mean, just to... they said...
That's Tom Baker's TARDIS.
I mean, just to go on Prince Vault, they said, this is... although they said the specific tracks are unknown, Prince Folk said the tracks that were believed to be on it were Our Destiny,
Yeah.
Roadhouse Garden,
Yeah.
Witness for the Prosecution,
Ooh.
Splash,
Oh, okay.
All My Dreams,
Yeah.
In a Large Room in No Light,
Oh, yeah.
Empty Room,
Wow.
Wonderful Ass, and Go. So I mean, that's
Wow.
not a bad album.
That's not bad. That's not bad, is it? That's another bad. That's not a bad list of not album tracks right there.
We should have just grabbed that, really.
Yeah, we should have done, didn't we? I'm looking at it thinking, oh god, we listed that one out. I forgot that one. Oh,
we could have saved so much time.
There's so many. There's so many. There's so many. All right, we're gonna jump forward from Revolution right to Third Eyed Girl era, and a track that was again, not on an album. It was just released as download on their Third Eyed Girl website, I think it was, and that is That Girl Thing.
That girl thing, that girl thing.
I think I've got to let you go for this one because I know you love this one. I know.
I do. It's just a lovely little acoustic track. Prince's falsetto, and straight away just like, the way it starts. I got it again. That girl thing. It's just brilliant. I mean, anyone fall in love, whatever, that obsession, it's just brilliant the way he describes it. And anything Prince does acoustic, there's not enough of it. We had The Truth, but it's not a fully acoustic album. There are other, embellishments, shall we say.
There are effects.
Effects, yes. But this is just pure acoustic guitar and Prince, and it's fantastic. It's a quite short little track. I think it's only about 3 minutes, maybe, something like that. Not even that, maybe, but it's just brilliant. Prince's guitar's playing fantastic. You listen to his acoustic playing on this; it really is great. I just love it. I mean,
the fact that creativity, so deep into his career and found new ways to say things is actually incredible, really. Because we forget about how he just has that way of looking at everything new. It's just.
I just love it. What do you think about That Girl Thing?
There's actually a quote. I should quote Lala. I can never pronounce her name. Escarzaga, the dancer. She wrote on her Instagram that Prince gifted this song to me after a night. I jokingly asked him to sing me to sleep. I'd also told him his photo he sent me made me swoon, and I love how he made the lyrics so personal, so only he and I would get it. He gave the song to me the very next night. There's also an instrumental of this that he gave me, and I have no idea if that was ever released or not. So
wow.
I mean, there's extra stuff that could still.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I love this as well. This is so classic Prince as well. Dr. Funkenbury reported in an online video chat the song was written and recorded 6 hours before its release. I mean, that's Prince, isn't it?
I love that. I just love that. Yeah.
It's like, I've made this. When do you want it out? Tonight. Sorry, Prince. I thought you said tonight. Yeah, tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I love it.
I mean,
that's amazing.
You can imagine how frustrated he must have been back in the days of the 80s when you had to go, you record something, you got to wait like 6 months or a year to come out. He's like, when you get it out? Well, you've got 6 hours. Get on with it.
I know. Amazing. They just wait, print it all up, mix it,
get it approved by all the Warner Brothers probably. And God knows what else, but,
that's
it's
amazing, isn't it?
It's just the immediacy that he could do that. And he could, he could just put that out there. And he did that with a lot of tracks. I listened to Fava Voom the other day. And he just throws it out to a radio station and you just play with that. I mean, even Get Off to begin with.
Yes.
Just throw it out to a radio station, see what the effect was, and it is beautiful. It's delicate. It's a lot. I mean, I was torn because it's this, and I think of this, and I also think of Indifference, because Indifference had that kind of acoustic. It's not, it's acoustic, but it's very stripped down. It's very it's a completely different song, but it's this little beautiful things he was creating around that time. And the Third Eye Girl time doesn't get enough focus, I think. And I think also, I think there's probably a lot more than we know about, because I think it's that not only did we rehearse and work all the time, but I think that was a time when a lot less was getting leaked from Paisley. So I think there's probably a lot more in there, Third Eye Girl, that we don't know about. And it worries me a bit because I just wonder when are they going to get to that bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, are we going to live long enough?
We're going to be like Prince in the Come On video. I'm too old to hold the knife.
Too old to hold the CD. Hurry up, release this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know when you feel
dear.
old because you sort of say streaming. They go, well, we used to have like
Yeah.
CD, and people look at you and go, what's a CD? You know,
It's a CD. You go, oh my God. It's like, I don't know what. Do you know what? The thing is, they'll know what a vinyl is, though. But dear.
I actually was talking to someone the other day, and at work, and they were like about, I don't know, 18, 19, and I said something about the London O2 shows.
Yeah.
And they said, when was that? It's like, I said like 2007. They go, I was only born about 2006. I think it was 2006. They said. I was like,
I know.
Just
oh God, I know.
Oh.
It's horrible, isn't it? You're getting old. Never mind, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
You're
Happy
back on that
50th.
again. Oh, thanks. Yeah, bastard.
Oh, we can do like the cat bit, happy birthday.
Oh, don't. Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, moving on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, from Third Eyed Girl, again, we are whizzing back down to the Revolution period again, and one of the greatest tracks ever recorded by anyone. In my opinion.
No pressure there.
No pressure here. This is from another universe. This is like in space. You're in another planet. Honestly, I'm building it up now, and you're going to go first.
No.
Yeah. See, that's what you get for making me celebrate my birthday. Honestly, we are talking about Power Fantastic.
Power fantastic. Here's your life.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I loved it. I loved it, even the recording of it, because I first really got into this. Obviously, the hits came up, and I really, really appreciate it truly.
Yeah.
And
again, I'm just going to say, it's not really an album. It was, but it's a
it's
non-album
more
track.
It's like a compilation of kind of like. I mean, the fact that he recorded this because he was on a different floor, wasn't he? To listen to the piano, and for me, it's such a incredibly mature. I think this is one of those things that people will be surprised who don't know Prince that well, of how remarkable he created this because people often associate him, and there's nothing wrong with that, like kind of stripped down funk, kind of space, the kind of like minimalism of When Doves Cry, Alphabet Street, things like that. But actually, this kind of fully warm. It's kind of warm, but it's also haunting. It's that kind of spacey, otherworldly again.
Yeah.
Creativity, and it's just. In your room, there's something kind of you're afraid of. There's something that just it's just those lyrics are so mature, and it's just
And you've got to remember, this is someone who's in their mid-20s, early 20s. Who's doing this.
That's what's scary, because a lot of this you think,
go,
how does
he
have their maturity? As like it says, like a conduit, because there's and the little nodes of kind of his falsetto, and it just peaks. It's just so delicate, and the lyrics again haunting and brilliant. But it's also just that vocal confidence, because that again it's like one of those songs for me where I don't.
There's just something about it, innit? I mean, when that chorus hits, and
I don't think you can ever teach someone to sing that. You know what I mean? Because it's just It's like it's like with that song God or something. You can't teach someone to sing that. It just you've either got it or you haven't. And
and that oh wow,
even the first few seconds get you, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was incredible to hear that, extra long version on the Sign of the Times, where you hear all that bit in the studio at the start as well. That's great. This is the fun tech this time.
Yeah.
No mistakes.
Go
with it. Yeah.
I love some of the kind of quips he does. Like, I can't remember which track it was where they're doing a song, and he sort of, at the end he goes, great, well, good. Or he will say, like, one more time, and they'll go, did I say one more time? Psych. It's like, we're going to practice another 5 times. We're going to do it again. It's like it's that thing. How fantastic is it's just that take, isn't it, as well? And that kind of like was that recorded on a Sunday? I could be wrong, but
track weren't they?
It feels like one of those kind of Sunday songs where it just I think and again it's just frustrating because it was another Graffiti Bridge possibility, and I think again I'd have put that in the film. I mean, I really would. I
It's
mean,
just
if you put
something.
Power Fantastic, you put Grand Progression. You know.
Yeah. This is just a masterpiece. It's hauntingly beautiful. It's just, I mean, I don't want to bring the mood down, but it's definitely a track I'd have played at my funeral.
Oh, I mean, I know I said you were getting towards 50, but I didn't, you know.
Yeah, the amount of illness I've had, I didn't think I was going to make it. So yeah, if I'm not here tomorrow, please play Power Fantastic. Yeah. Oh dear.
I just wrote that down. His last.
Yeah, Power Fantastic. Yeah.
Yep.
You can, yeah. Oh dear.
Power
oh, dear.
Fantastic, Horny Toad. Okay. Excellent.
Oh dear, I love it. But you know, it's just so moving. It's just, it's an experience. That's what I call it, an experience. Again, very, very rarely played live. I saw it on the One Night Alone live. He played it. Oh God, I'll never ever forget that. That's just incredible.
It's a funny thing about Prince is there's some tracks he would hardly ever perform, but that doesn't tell you anything about them. Like he would hardly ever perform Power Fantastic, but then he, you know, never performed Purple and Gold. Yeah.
Some things are a blessing, yeah. Dear, but Power Fantastic. Wow.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's in the name.
Who has that not as an album track?
I know. And who else can put it? And who else can say like, you're a wee bit? You know, like, no, is he Scottish? You're a wee bit apprehensive. I love it. You know?
That was so weird when I first heard that because I thought,
yeah,
I almost thought, did Sheena Easton pop in? What?
Yeah. I know. So what's going on here? It's brilliant. But it was. It's just,
it does
beautiful,
work.
Beautiful. Okay. And again, we're going to move on to our next one. God, can you believe it's only got 2 left? They've flown through this. Great fun. And again, we are fast forwarding back to Third Eyed Girl. Again,
fast forwarding back. I'm getting confused now.
Sorry, we're fast forwarding.
This is like Marty McFly. We're going back to the future.
Yeah, we're going back to the future to meet ourselves before we were there, but we mustn't see ourselves because we'll disrupt the space-time continuum.
I get it. Otherwise, it all changes, and before
it all changes. Before you know, you'll start disappearing from the picture. Yeah.
Carmen Electra is doing the Super Bowl, and everything's changed, and it's just all different. I see.
Anyway, this is a great, funky, fun track, and it is the Bourgeoisie.
Slippery lips of the bourgeoisie. Everybody step right up.
You were raving about this week, so I think you should go for it. Go on.
I love this track. It's just so much fun. I hadn't listened to it for ages, and then I played it last week. I forgot how great it is. It's just pure Prince funk, innit? And again, he's got that a little bit of Jamie Starr voice going on in this, a little bit, but you know, kind of that attitude. It's just great, and it's so funky. And there's a bit. I love a bit where he I can't remember the lyric, but there's a bit where it breaks and he goes, turn it up to G or whatever, you know, like the chord. You know, I just love it. And he puts it in like a song about at the cabaret, and then he adds Ray Charles in it. Ray Charles, yeah. Not just another bearded lady at the cabaret, Charles.
It's funny when you look at those lyrics and you think you're trying to kind of work a lot of them out, haven't you? Like
I know. You think, what's he on about? Yeah, but
it's like, I got the receipt, baby, but where's the guarantee? I forgot you were fake as a Christmas tree.
Fake as a Christmas tree, yeah. Unless you happen to get a real Christmas tree.
It's like, but even then, it was like sort of like, I don't know. It was like
Christmas tree.
Yesterday, you was kicking it with another girl. It was kind of like almost has a Bambi-esque thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like,
in the dirty world or something.
Yeah, which you think, and then I don't know. I mean, it's like there's a bit where it said, it appears that wasn't the case that you left the dirty world. Hey, I see you're undercover like a CIA. It's like,
I know.
I don't know what. I mean,
CIA.
Where did this come from? I don't know. I don't know.
It's an oddity, but it's great. It's just great fun. A bit like Do Yourself a Favour. It's just, it makes you smile, makes you happy when you hear it. The music's incredibly funky. I mean, wow. Just that's what makes it already,
I mean,
you know?
I still kept hearing that lyric. Like, I guess a man is only good for a rainy day, or maybe you're just another bearded lady at the cabaret. Like,
cabaret.
What? What?
Where did that come from? Yeah. And then what's Ray Charles? And then why the Ray Charles bit is great? Yeah, I don't know.
Just some of those lyrics, I find that with there's another track, Cause and Effect, and there's a bit like well, I would change nothing except my next of kin. I think, what does he mean by that? Does he mean his wife, his relatives? What does he mean?
Yeah,
you know, and it's sort of like it's just, you can read those. I think Prince is quite clever because sometimes he'll raise, even when he does social issues, he'll raise the issue, but he's not always obvious in where. Sometimes there's this ambiguity and you can read it different ways, and that's actually you know, I suppose that's a great bit about art. But it's just like you know, I mean, so I can almost imagine at school, like somebody, you know, like a teacher saying, right, here's the lyrics, what do you think he's saying? Or do you think,
what's he talking about?
What's he talking about?
Let's debate this. It's a great fact. I mean, it's just one of those things as well, because like, when I played it last week, I had, my son was here, and you know, he's heavily into his music now at that age, 16, and he, you know, likes a lot of Prince. Obviously, he's heard a lot of stuff, but he's not heard that
Really?
one.
I wonder how
I know. I don't know where that come from. Nothing to do with me.
No.
Nothing to do with me. You know, I wanted him to like Taylor Swift, but you know. Anyway,
it wasn't true. You said you must like Prince or out.
Yeah, or you're out, mate. That's it. Yeah, this came on and he was like, "Oh, that's so funky. Oh my god, yeah." And he was absolutely loving it. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. A great track.
But really, this is his choice.
Yeah, it's his choice. Yeah. I'll let him have this one. It is a great track. The Bourgeoisie, great fun.
The Bourgeoisie. Such a great title too.
I know, isn't it? It's great. I mean, who makes a track? I mean, just again, this is Prince. This is Tuesday, like you say. This is Tuesday afternoon. You know. This
is like, you know, it's like that bit where is it the, you know, this is when you do this. Oh, last night I just did this last night.
Yeah, I know. You've done the whole 1999 track. Wait, what? Yeah,
I love that because they said
band practice. Yeah,
yeah. I love that. Go, you know, he rehearsed, he did a show. They go, what did you do? Oh, I did this. When?
Yeah, when did you do that? Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. The man was incredible. And we have got to our last track. Can you believe it? Our last non-album track. Again, this is one that has been released on compilation since he passed. On
it's Purple and Gold.
It's Purple. Oh dear. No, it is another incredible track. 1999 era, round about there. Moonbeam Levels. Wow, you can start with this one.
How haunting is that? I mean,
the lyrics.
Oh, I mean, I can't do better than Prince. I just got to read you.
You've got to quote it because the lyrics are brilliant.
I mean, I just when I first heard it, right. Yesterday, I tried to write a novel, but I didn't know where to begin. So I lay down in the grass, trying to feel the world turn. Boy loses girl in a rainstorm. Nuclear World War III. All that's left is pain and sorrow, as far as he's concerned. I mean, also
wow.
that kind of karmic thing of like, please send all your moonbeam levels to me. It's almost like saying, send all this. I don't know, like good energy. Send this cosmic happiness to me, and just it's just. And again, it's one of those kind of lyrics where musically it sounds it's melancholic, but it's got these kind of nice light tones. But then it's like a newborn child knows nothing of destruction, nothing of love and hate. What happens in between is a mystery because he don't give a damn about his fate. And it's like these really bleak, dark lyrics.
I know,
really,
like we said.
Anybody else, this would like these lyrics would almost work in a kind of like heavy rock song, you know. And yet Prince has done it here. He's done this these delicate kind of like, you know, beautiful.
Almost balladesque music. Very little, got very delicate sound.
Just incredible. I mean, it's just. When it came out, I think it's actually, along with things like, you know, like in a large room with no light or things like that. It's these really dark and these kind of things about the world condition, the condition of humanity and things like that. And yet I actually think it's one of his saddest songs. I think it's actually one of his kind of bleakest kind of like songs about, I don't really call it like it's not a social song in a sense of like a specific issue. It's more just like you've got that fear of nuclear war again there, which was common in a lot of his early like
80s
Crystal
stuff.
Ball and and 1999 obviously.
1999, exactly. The fear of that, you know, that was going on at the time of the Cold War, obviously weighed heavily on his mind, but in a lot of his writing, and it's just an incredible piece of music as well.
Even this bit here, because he's sort of like, this is like the human condition, like when he puts, maybe he's looking for a different world, maybe he's looking for a brand new high, maybe he'll like a nice condo overlooking the rings of Saturn, maybe he wants affection instead of a plastic life, maybe he doesn't know what he wants at all. And it's like that kind of like, and I'm looking for a better place to die. It's like,
wow, and what a lyric, what a line that is. What a line that is.
Because when I first got a bootleg, that was what the title, A Better Place to Die. I'm sure that's what they called it. Yeah, and
I mean, that's wow. Isn't it? I mean, when you listen when you read it back now, you just go, that's wow.
I mean, it works as, you know, as a poetry kind of without
it's almost as if, you know, he's got all this stuff now and everything, he's questioning it, you know, like, you know, what, you know.
Well, I think they say that because people say, oh, you know, some people say, oh, I'm unhappy because I haven't got money or I haven't got this, and they said when you get it all, And then
What
you've still
next?
got these feelings, and you think, well, actually, that didn't solve all the problems. In fact, I've got different problems now, or whatever. And it's sort of like, well,
Yeah.
what now? What I thought
Exactly.
this thing would solve it. It didn't. What do I do? And you see why people who are famous often go off in different directions, because it's like, what do you do? Because you say, oh, you've got it all. You should be happy. You've got this and you've got that.
Yeah.
And, but maybe it wasn't.
No, it's not the answer to everything. As you say, if you're looking for inner peace of some kind or whatever, like you say, a better place to die.
It's interesting because I know, I can't remember what the interview was with Prince, but he said that once he became more successful, he felt less angry. Like he felt like he had less against, in the sense that he became successful, and that kind of, I didn't solve all the problems or anything like that, but it kind of like he felt less kind of angst and things like that. And I think that kind of like that can do that in a sense of appreciate it. But I think he was always asking these questions, right? I mean, that's whether it's through religion, sex, whatever. It's kind of he was always asking those questions right up to the right up to the end of his career. He was challenging things and doing
absolutely, absolutely,
I mean, Third Eye Girl was like, remember he took on the ticket touts and all that.
Oh God, yeah.
And the music platforms and tried to do different things with Tidal, and cancelling shows when it was like getting to like $5,000 a ticket, and even then he was just pushing. He could have just said, well, I'll just sit back, I'll do whatever I'll do. He could have just said, I'll do a show once every 3 years, like a little tour, and that'd be it. But something drove him, and it always
did. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely ahead of the curve.
He couldn't exactly retire and play golf, could he? He just
not really. He would have played basketball, not golf.
He would have done. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
The clubs would have been bigger than he is. Oh dear! You'd have had special Prince clubs, They would have had symbols on and stuff.
I think that would be quite grueling. Imagine doing like 20 hours in the studio with Prince, and he goes, "Let's just relax," and he kicks your ass at basketball. It's like that's not good.
No way. Yeah, or ping pong. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Or
apparently he's
tennis, as we call it over.
Quite a good pool player as well, wasn't he? He's like,
yes. Amazing. Too many talents. Too many talents for one person. Honestly,
I feel like some people got left. Like they go, "Sorry, put all the talent accidentally in this one guy."
Yeah, I think there's an interview of Morris Hayes say something like that, like in the line where God gave out. He just gave everything to Prince, and everyone else is like, "Huh? What's going on here?" Yeah, where's my bit? Yeah, he got it all. It's just incredible. Once in a lifetime.
I mean, I feel, I know people say about the whole situation now he's not here, but I just feel when you listen to his music, I always forget. I always think he's still here, and when I listen to his music, But secondly, I feel like just incredibly lucky that he was around the time I happened to be born. I mean,
tell me about it. Yeah.
I just feel so lucky that it connected at that time. God, yeah. So lucky.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are the lucky ones, definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh wow, that's our 10 tracks. That's incredible. What a list that was. Obviously, if you please put in the comments and let us know what your favorites are and what we've missed out and what you would have had.
We're gonna get so many lists now. I'm gonna go, that's a great song.
Yeah. But it's great because we can make them into playlists, so and listen to them. It's great.
Make us a kind of album.
Yeah.
Non-album tracks that we can put on a playlist.
Yeah, we can make a definitive, and then we'll put that on Spotify or something.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
we could, couldn't we? A non-album tracks playlist on Spotify.
We're outsourcing our kind of like Spotify playlist creating.
We're out to you guys. You do it. Come up with the tracks, and let's see if we can get something. Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's sort out my listening for the next few weeks.
Oh, absolutely. That's I'm off next week as well, so that'd be nice. Nice week off. I can just watch these tracks coming together. Oh dear. Right, let's close this out with our honourable mentions in, and there could be quite a lot. I'm going to start with one. We might change a few. I don't know. What we'll do, 3 or 4? 3, 4? Don't know. I'll start with this one anyway because this is a phenomenal piece of music. Again, like Do Yourself a Favour. That same period. This is a track again which is about 6 weeks long, and it is just incredible. Incredible piece of Minneapolis synth funk. Pure Minneapolis sound, and it is Purple Music. Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
I always feel bad that we
didn't put it in the 10.
I always feel like I know, but
I mean, again, I played this to my son last week, and he was like, "What is this? Wow!" And it's just dum 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 dum, and you think, "Oh, here we go. Don't need no reefer. Don't need cocaine." Purple music does the same to my brain, and I'm high. Wow, so high. We're gonna start. You know, it's just mental.
I honestly think I could play that like on a loop for I don't know, for so
beating
long.
the hook on that is it's just insane. You know, ding 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 ding. You know, oh my god. Oh my god! Can you imagine that in a club? You are just going for it. You could dance to that.
Do you know,
you know.
that would be such a great club track. You're right. That really would. And do you know what? It's actually a very, 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 very. If I was trying to explain, I mean, you can't explain Prince in one track, but if I was trying to give someone an example of what he could do, actually, that would be a brilliant example. I mean, God, you know, oh God, that would be a great club track. Oh,
it would, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, it's just
the clubs still exist.
Yeah, they used to. I don't know. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's just Prince as well. You know, so that he's not into drugs or anything like that. Music is his drug. You know, this is what I do. Purple music does the same to my brain. You know, and I'm high. You know, oh god. And then something about being in a church doesn't make a righteous man or something or righteous. It's brilliant. Then there's all this weird bit about having a bath later on. And what's that about? Is it what do you want in your bath or something? I can't remember what it says. It comes out with this weird stuff. I'm like, what's this all about? Yeah.
Were you experiencing something at that time? What was going on there? Go on.
No, honestly, it probably doesn't come up on the lyrics, but there's this bit where he starts ad-libbing this stuff about having a bath or something, or he goes, "I'm sorry," and then something I can't remember it now, but it's just like. That's about, you know.
Yes, it's time for your morning bath show. What would you like to bathe in this morning?
That's it. This morning. And he goes, and he doesn't want to do it, or he says, I'm sorry, or I can't remember.
But again, he did exactly what he did in some of the tracks we mentioned before, like Moonbeam Levels, where he put, you know, one of the lyrics, in time we all die, all music gone, so we better try to get along and get high. And it's like, in time we all die, all music's gone.
Yeah,
it's like,
nice. That's happy. Yeah. In a good mood today, were we? Yeah.
It's like purple music can't be judged. That happens naturally. It's kind of just that. It's that kind of. It's this. He really sort of thought about, you know, the human condition. You know, that's the thing about Prince. You know, people often focus, I think, on the kind of poppy songs and the kind of more, you know, like Kiss or Cream, things like that. And they're stunning songs, don't get wrong. But I think there's also, they forget that he's, you know, actually an incredible lyricist. And that's why it really annoys me that he's not in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. It just drives me mad. Because it's like, you know, I don't know, I understand how much more you got to do. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's so much more than a pop star.
No, God,
you know, he was a true artist, you know, so. True art in every sense of the word, across the whole spectrum. Wow, purple music, what a beat! Oh God, you'd be listening to that forever. It's just pulsating. It's in your head, and that's it. You won't get out of your head now for the rest of the night. That one. That's my first honourable mention. What's your honourable mention? Go on.
I'm going to slightly cheat and go for cause and effect because I've been playing it again and again, and again the lyrics, because it starts off with this kind of crowd. Like, I am here. Where are you?
Where are you?
All the time in concerts. It's amazing. But then I think it's like, it's interesting to me because the question I've always, if I could have asked Prince one question, it would have been, what would you say to like your teenage self? You know, like now. And this song actually kind of answers it, because it talks about, if I had the chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing except my next of kin. There's something on the tip of my tongue, got a taste for sin. If you stamp your passport full of regret, you'd have nothing to remember, but a lot to forget. Leave no enemies, leave no debt. But then he talks about this bit where he says, if I could talk to myself back then, right now, I'd say, son, you might want to stick around. Something amazing is about to go down. And I think that's just classic. And I think the other thing that really sums Prince up as well is, if I could leave myself just one little note, one that husbands and fathers wrote, they say you need to be a superstar or grow up, but not both. And I think I love that. I kind of like, you know, that's just fantastic.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
You know, I just absolutely, and again, it's that kind of upbeat kind of, because that's that concert beginning. It's kind of like, ladies and gentlemen, and it kind of cuts in with the crowd, and it's just, this is such a happy song.
I am here. Where are you?
Yeah, and again, it's got these hidden sort of deep lyrics, which you know, you bounce along, but you're listening to these lyrics, you're thinking, actually, you know. I mean,
and those are the little gems where, you know, Prince has been very personal, that, you know, those little bits in there if you're listening out, you know,
because that's the weird thing people say, who I think people often say, he seemed quite mysterious. You're thinking, actually, no, he everything through his songs, he's more open and emotionally vulnerable than anybody through his songs. He just did it through his songs. He didn't like to talk, he did it through his music.
And if you want to know him, listen to his music, because
you get to know him better than you know anybody. You could be somebody on, I don't know, Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or TikTok who shares every minute aspect of their life, but you won't really know as much about them as you know about Prince through his lyrics and stuff.
Exactly, absolutely. That's a great honourable mention, isn't it? And that was that was late on. What period was that? Was that Third Eye Girl period? Or
that was yes, I think I'm pretty sure that's Third Eye Girl. Yeah,
So
that's certainly
but
what
I
I
think
remember.
those
Or was it
they
just
were
before?
was it just before? Those bits were taken from Montreux, weren't they? Those crowd bits. I think that "I Am Here, Where Are You" bit, wasn't it Montreux?
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
I think it was.
It might have been just before. It was just it was
Yeah,
January 2010.
okay.
So
Just
actually,
before.
according to this, yeah, it's Chris Coleman on drums and Larry Graham on the bass.
Blimey.
I didn't.
Still Larry
This is,
Graham.
yeah. So 2010 they did a video. Oh, I remember the video. Yes, on 2014 with I put on the Third Eye Girl account. So I think that's why I think of it as the Third Eye Girl kind of like thing. But
yeah,
it's actually,
yeah. Oh, it was that late period. Yeah, late in his career. But,
yeah, I think that's just.
yeah.
Oh, I just a stunning song. And again, another one he sort of pushed out on the Minnesota Public Radio. So he pushed it out through the radio stations again. So another one he sort of just snuck out there.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. Wow, what a choice. What a choice. Okay, one more honorable mention for me. Which one am I going to go for? I think, you know what, I'm going to go for Open Book from the Diamond Pearls. Yeah, SDE. Yeah. Because
of the vocals or because of go on?
I just love it. It's such a great 90s sounding vibe track, you know, that kind of at that time.
That is a very precise kind of groove, isn't it? That time.
It is, yeah. And it's just I just love that groove. I mean, I was very much into the swing beat music at the time, you know, of the early 90s as well as Prince. So I was listening to piece, you know, Ralph Tresvant, Keith Sweat, Jodeci, all that kind of stuff. And it's just that got a lovely groove about it. And I just love the lyrics as well about, you know, about the open book is closing, you know, you missed your chance kind of thing. I just love it. I can't I haven't listened to it for a while. It was one of my highlights of the first listen through of the vault tracks from the Diamonds and Pearls. Can you get the lyrics up? Because I just want to,
yeah, of course.
I just love the bit about the open book. Now the open book is closing. It's just brilliant. It's got such a great vibe to it. It just, I love it.
So it's like, you said my heart's just like an open book, but there were lines you've never seen. You said that you could tell in a single look, but you've never looked in between.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to keep you, sometimes I want your love, but I've awakened to the reality that sometimes is not enough.
Not enough, yeah.
It's just, I love that bit when he said, you never better read this girl till the open book is closing. It's
love it, exactly. You're never going to know me now. You're never going to know these things because that's it. The open book is closing. Brilliant. I love it.
It's almost like you say, it's like this is what you missed out on.
And then he just puts it in such a groove, a mellow kind of groove, and it's a little bit melancholy in it, a little bit in the music, in the groove, but it's just got that. Yeah, these are the kind of tracks I would have been playing on repeat big time when I was 16, 17 years old.
Was that about 5 years ago?
Yeah, about 5. About 5 years ago. And I just love it. I mean, there were some others on that you know, vault tracks from that area that I loved that I could have picked, you know, but but again, one of them, my other favorite one, was actually released on an album, Rosie Gain, so I couldn't pick that one because that was my favorite one. So that's the one that made me cry when I listened to the vault tracks. That one, it's like wow. But
now he's getting an old man. He's getting very emotional. You see,
terrible. It's like Whitney Houston. I'm so emotional. Oh dear. Go on, in one more honorable mention. Go on, let's have one more, Jake.
Electric Intercourse.
I
mean,
when's the last time you had that? Yeah.
I mean, I just think of the kind of Purple Rain shows, the that era, that kind of. I mean, it could have easily snuck onto the album. I think, you know, the kind of
taken out by the Beautiful Ones, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, to be fair,
yeah.
You know,
my all-time favorite Prince track. So,
it's like, you know, shock my wild sexual electricity. It's just been, I'll shock you with my lips. You know, the electrical intercourse. There's something. It's so classic Purple Rain. It fits perfectly in that era. It's beautiful. It's poignant. I mean, I know. I suppose. I don't know. I just wish it could have been snuck in to the movie as well.
You
know, I don't know exactly when you do it. Like, you know, I could just him at the piano, Apollonia just lying in bed watching him. I don't know. I'm just making up a whole extra plot and everything. But, you know, I just think it's so earnest, and his vocals just so open.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of it, like you say. Maybe like not. Yeah, I don't know what kind of live performance part in a movie could he have done it? You know. Obviously, the Beautiful Ones is an iconic bit. You can't take that out. So, you know, could he have done it he's got to be after he's met her for it to work.
I would actually do it not on the stage. It sounds mad. I would actually do it as a kind of like him
maybe
at home singing to her.
Maybe,
like,
or he sent her the tape or something, or played giving her
or
the
something
tape.
like that. Yeah, like she's like in the hotel room.
Yeah, listening to it.
Yeah, she's just like, obviously got all her taxi money that she saved by running out of the taxi, and she's got the tape, and maybe that could be one of the tracks that he sort of sends to kind of what would you say?
Yeah.
Well, old men like us would say woo, but I don't think he'd say that anymore.
Trying to woo her.
Woo her.
Yeah, woo her. Yeah. So after he says he won't help her, then he does, and that's the thing. And then he sends her this tape, like maybe he's like, we're rewriting the film now. We're gonna get murdered, So
we'll get a copyright strike because it's intellectual copyright. You can't,
Or they'll nick our ideas and put it in the musical.
Hey, we could get commission for that.
I'm sorry if they don't throw the woman in the dumpster in the musical. Oh dear, they'll be outcry.
I heard all you were cared about was the barn scene. That's all you were cared about. That's what
that was an outtake, wasn't it? Yeah, dear.
Well, it was a bit when he goes to the recording studio where Apollonia and rehearsing has a fight, doesn't he? And
he has a fight.
That got cut. And when you see things like that, you see like recently there's another film ages ago. I think it was God, it's like Die Hard 5 or something. And sometimes there's clips in the trailer, then they're not in the film. And it's like that where Prince is like, here's the barn scene, here's the fighting in the studio scene. Oh, they're not in the film, by the way. It's like, oh.
Yeah, classic example. That was the recent Ghostbusters film, Frozen Empire. There was so much stuff in the trailer that wasn't in the movie. And they cut it out, and you think, but you're showing us to make us go and see it, and then cut those bits out.
They must have that. I mean, the only thing we can say is, God, if they don't release it this year, then when will they? Because
it's not looking good.
Don't say the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, 50th. Don't hold your breath, because by the looks of it, we're not getting anything other than splattered vinyl. What have you had for dinner?
I'm hoping they're going to push a big Christmassy thing. I don't know. I really don't. I was convinced, absolutely convinced, they'd announce something at Celebration.
Yeah,
and then they didn't.
And then they didn't. Nothing.
Yeah, I was really convinced.
Yeah, so it looks like we're getting a 4K version of the movie and a splattered vinyl.
I mean, I know there's all this Netflix thing, but my God, it's been going on so long. It's a documentary. It's not like a small war. It doesn't take that long.
It's almost as if like, don't bother now.
It's just like, why does it take
so long? The ship sailed.
I mean, if this documentary isn't the best documentary in human existence, I'm going to be like really just like.
I know. It's like, oh.
I mean, I'm not being thingy, but it's making Stranger Things look like it comes out quickly. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I just don't understand. It's just, but honestly, but yeah, I know there's like ridiculous. Apparently Londell said something at Celebration, or somebody reported that he sort of intimated. I should put that anyway, sort of hinted that he wasn't happy with some of the things that people said in it, and so he's trying to. So I don't know. Once it gets caught up with lawyers, it'll be forever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, because you think, they're I don't know. You got to have the whole story. Well,
that's the thing, because you don't want it to be like what they call like a hagiography, where you just have all the good stuff and it's kind of like a puff piece. But then you don't want it to be like negative and saying salacious stuff for the sake of it. You want to, like I say, you want to kind of balance.
It's got to be balanced. We all know that he wasn't. He wasn't perfect. We all know he could be a bit of a shit. The
thing is, sometimes I think being human makes someone.
Yeah, everyone's like that.
I think we do a disservice to people to make out that they're perfect human beings.
Up there and say exactly, because
we do that in society though. Whatever we say, this person's good, this person's evil, and that's it. They're either good or bad. You get it in politics now. You're either right or you're wrong. 100%. That's it.
Exactly.
And life is rarely binary. People are very complicated people.
Exactly. I mean, one of the good things is like when you listen to Susan Rogers, she tells it as it is, and it's great. There's some great stories. She talks about Prince, and she, there's a brilliant one where I can't remember what interview it is, but she's talking about someone very famous who wanted to meet him at Sunset Sound, like in the I don't know. She won't say who it was. And he reluctantly agreed. The guy came in the studio, and she said he was so rude. He just ignored this guy. And the guy was asking him, so what are you doing? How are you doing that? And he was just like grunting at him. And she said, I died of embarrassment. And he's looking, and he went, okay, I guess I'll leave you to it. And walked out. And she said, there was no need for it. No need for it. Why he did that? But, that's what he could be like sometimes. Maybe he clammed up and felt, we know that he could get like that. But, he could be that way. He wasn't perfect. So,
That's the thing. And I think, his whole story, I mean, obviously came from the past he came from. He had a lot of turbulence there, and I think you've got these different pressures, but you've all got your personality kind of. You know, and he also said, I think, you know, he talked about a lot how he would have to keep, you know, money in the pockets of people around him, and incentive, like you know, he had to keep going, he had to keep these things on the track because a lot of people relied on him as well. And I think it's tricky. So the thing is to do all that, to run the business, to be that person, and then to also be open emotionally enough to have all these amazing songs. But then without, you're worried then are you going to get hurt because you're being open emotionally. So I think
there's a bit you're right where Susan says about that. You know, he said we put food on people's tables. You know, and he's 24 and he's got this empire he's running, and he's that. You know. Thinking that way, you know. So I quite frankly, you know, the 20s, I couldn't barely take care of myself, let alone a whole kind of empire of people. You know, exactly. So you know, you take the rough with the smooth. We all know, you know, everyone's, you know, no one's perfect.
And the argument is, if someone's like totally, you know, you could be I don't mean this is a thing you wear, but you could be the nicest, sweetest person in the world, but that doesn't mean you're going to create the art he did. You know? No, exactly. You've also got to feel things quite intensely, because otherwise, you know, you're not writing about spreadsheets and kind of.
He might have had to have been a bit of a shit sometimes to do what he did, or to get what he wanted done. You know, he might have had to piss people off or whatever, you know, but to get where he wanted to be. But
I mean, this is a kind of, it sounds awful, but I mean, who knows? I mean, if Prince had got happily married at 21, we might have had a completely different lot of songs than what you got. Who knows? I mean,
definitely,
you know?
yeah, unbelievable.
We probably have a lot less of the, you know, who knows?
Yeah. So there you go. Not only have you had top 10 B-sides, not only have you had honourable mentions, you've also had mini rant as well added in. I mean,
mini.
We don't get this mini rant. You don't get this anywhere else. Aren't you lucky?
No one else does this, and there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that, exactly. Only us stupid fools keep going. Oh dear, it's good to be back doing a video. Anyway, it's great. That concludes our top 10 then of non-album tracks. We can definitely do another one of these. There's a few of these videos we've said that.
We're probably going to have to now, because we'll look under the comments and thinking, oh god, we missed out on millions.
Yeah. Oh god, we get crucified for that. Yeah, but that's fine. We'll make those playlists, and all will be good. We will be back with another one of these at some point, and we will be back with the family review. I think we've got to do the album of the family. That's our next one.
Not a review of our family.
Not our family. No, that'd be really quick. Quick. Yeah. Most of them are dead. Yeah, it's like.
Well, you've brought that one down, Mister. Yes.
Just like Prince, you know. I did it in a jolly way. Yeah. Oh dear. No, the family album on our hashtag Prince. You know, chapter and verse.
That went very dark then.
It did, didn't it? It went very dark, very quickly.
This is why they don't do this on News at 10. You know,
this is where you get the hook off.
Yeah,
that's it. Get him off. Pull the plug. Honestly, I don't know. No, but we're good, because that series is going to take a long time. But that's our next album review.
In fact, it's taking actually longer than Prince took to record it.
Shocking. Well, he recorded it in 3 hours, you know. So
put it out 2 hours later.
Yeah, 2 hours later. Yeah, and I do believe I'm going to be appearing on your podcast eventually.
You are, yes, indeed, yes.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about something, weren't we? Definitely.
I think we were going to talk about that. I think we thought about we might add some podcasts onto the album reviews, you know, as well.
Yes, indeed.
Little extra piece. So
extra purple splatter nugget.
Yeah. Purple splatter vinyl. We'll leave you with that. Yeah, nice.
Purple splatter is trademarked, so you know.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. You can't say that. Oh, this has been great fun. It's great to be back. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. We will be back very soon. And keep it purple, everyone. See you soon.